Hi folks, if you're looking for a powerful shock treatment professional ozone sanitizing system for your house or your small business, you've absolutely come to the right place. House smells, mold, odor, car odors, germs, viruses, bacteria, the BioBlaster will make mincemeat of them all. How safe is your house from deadly bacteria, mold, mildew, foul odors, and toxic chemicals? Well, if you're worried about the health and safety of your family, this might be the most important video you'll watch today. Let me tell you why. Dear friend and fellow family member, did you know the average American household has over 3.2 million germs and bacteria per square inch? That's right, if you're reading this letter on your computer screen, you should know your computer keyboard has over 64 germs per square inch. Your mouse? It has over 50. That's not even counting the desk your computer's placed on, the chair you're comfortably sitting in, the sheets in your bedroom, the remote control for your TV, the refrigerator door handle, not to mention the bathroom floor or the kitchen sink. Now, I'm not a math genius, but if you ask me, that's a ton. And I'm in no way trying to scare you out of your mind. I'm only telling you how dirty, safe, and potentially unhealthy your home might be right now. And if you're like me, you're not at all comfortable with that idea. Let me introduce myself, by the way. I'm Charles Bodie, or just plain Charlie. I'm a best-selling home improvement author of the Super Dry Basement, Super Strong, Super Bond Mortarless Construction Techniques, and Got Mold, Now What? I'm also an inventor of a ton of different systems and equipment for the basement waterproofing and mold remediation and ozone fields. I've developed a ton of ozone machines for homeowners and contractors alike, and my top secret projects are still underway. What does cleaning do if you have a severe mold problem? Well, cleaning and dusting our home isn't going to completely sanitize it. You see, soap and water doesn't kill germs. It only softens them up for the water to wash them away temporarily. No matter how much effort you put into scrubbing the mold or the mildew, it just won't go away. That's terrible. In fact, as a national mold remediation expert, I've had mold growing inside my very own body on multiple occasions, and so have many other mold remediators I know. There's no typo there. Yes, I've actually had mold grow inside my body on 3 occasions. We never even noticed we had a mold infestation in our very own home due to an unseen water leak. How I discovered the huge problem with nearly every ozone generator on the market today, and I fixed them. I've spent over 13 years working as a mold remediation contractor. I've used nearly all the other ozone generators available on the market today. Machines like AirZone, MaxBlaster, Genesco, Odor Free, Ozone Generator USA, Ozone Solutions, Absolute Ozone, and many more. Folks, the real truth is my men broke every single brand we ever tried. Finally, I got fed up. I took them all apart to create the best ozone generator. I challenge you to watch our other videos and see just exactly what's inside the other machines and why ours are better. Why is the BioBlaster better than any other ozone generator on the market today? Well, most ozone generators on the market use low output little computer fans to gently blow the ozone out of the chamber into the room. Using a low-powered fan doesn't work. It can take up to an entire day to sanitize a room. It's a complete waste of time. And for our pro models, we use a 1.5 horsepower blower. Most ozone generators also absolutely exaggerate their total output, or the area you can expect to reasonably treat at shock levels. You see, our ozone ratings are issued by the cell manufacturers and were laboratory tested. Why is the BioBlaster better than any of the other ozone generators today? Well, again, most ozone generators are extremely fragile and poorly designed machines. That's right. Most ozone generators use a simple piece of bent steel, aluminum, or shiny bent stainless steel sheet for their cases. Other companies use cheap plastic. One internet company even uses square vinyl fence posts. Folks, these materials aren't at all durable, and simply dropping them can cause major damage to their circuits or break them forever. Many of them have fancy flashing lights and complicated digital timers to make the machine look extra special, and virtually all of them have the wiring and the circuitry in the same place as the ozone generating chamber. Folks, due to the high amounts of ozone in the chamber and the aggressive nature of the molecule, it absolutely causes the wires and the circuits to corrode faster. And once it corrodes, the machine will become absolutely useless. That expensive piece of equipment will then become no more than an extremely heavy and expensive paperweight. That's right, I built a super powerful ozone cannon. I built it into a super durable case that's made to last a lifetime of use and abuse. Imagine life without. Use your bioblaster to absolutely destroy any kind of bacteria, mold and mildew, pet odors, toxic chemicals, VOCs. Finally, your family can be safe from all kinds of infections and diseases. Bioblaster ozone generators. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to operate our machinery. That's right, I built this to be the simplest to use, yet most advanced piece of technology the mold remediation industry has ever seen. It's just fantastic when used in your home. Mold can become a thing of the past. All you have to do is turn on the bioblaster ozone generator inside an unoccupied room. Make sure there's none of the 3 P's. No people, no plants, and no pets. Then just leave it on for a while, let the timer turn it off, and just wait while the ozone turns back into oxygen, which happens on its own and takes just about an hour or 2. It's that easy. Use a respirator if you're ever going to enter the area under treatment. Folks, when I built the bioblaster, I had simplicity and ease of use in mind from the get-go. See, the controls are a cinch to master. It has no confusing lights and sounds. It's designed to replicate a simple toolbox for easy handling and transport. And the case is also made with injected molded structural foam reinforced plastic with galvanized heavy-duty hinges and latches. It's monstrously tough. I don't think you'll ever break it no matter how much abuse you put it through. And I've also designed the circuitry and the wires to go into a separate area away from the ozone chamber to avoid the corruption that happens with other cheap ozone generators. Bioblaster ozone generators. Our bioblaster ozone generators use high-tech nickel titanium circuitry to make sure it won't give off toxic elements, while the average high-voltage current passes through it. Our bioblaster ozone generators seem to last forever and won't burn out easily, unlike a material called mica, which is commonly used by cheap ozone generators. Other machines use thin borosilicate glass or thin ceramic and electrified stainless steel, while our machines use thick 5,000-hour rated replaceable ceramic paddles that practically run forever with normal use. The bioblaster Rugged Pro Contractor ozone machines also have a 1.5 horsepower blower to shoot out the produced ozone at high velocity. Our home units use high output sealed ball bearing fans, while the other brands use the tiny little computer style fans to push their ozone out. Lame. Our machines also use the advanced high humidity corona discharge method, which basically charges plain oxygen molecules to activate them and then produces massive amounts of ozone gas, even in a high humidity environment. You'll never have to worry about cleaning and maintenance costs ever again. You'll never have to worry about your machine breaking down on the job or while you're moving it from place to place. You'll never have to keep checking if the circuits have started oxidizing or corroding, giving you the peace of mind that whenever you need to use your bioblaster, it's right there waiting for you. And you'll never have to worry about electrical fires like you do with our competitors' machines, since we put a special secondary thermal fuse into the machine that adds a second layer of protection to the glass fuse commonly used. You'll be able to finish the job, kill all the harmful bacteria and mold, and eliminate all sorts of foul odors in just hours. not days. And you'll even start to worry because you have so much spare time on your hands. How can we sell our machines for 70% less than other truly competitive, high output ozone generators in the market today? Well, first of all, folks, our bioblasters don't have any of the fancy add-ons like the flashing lights and digital timers that I found easily break down and corrode in the field over time. And they don't have any real benefit. They just jack the price of the product up. They don't have any of the other baloney stuff like the shiny polished stainless steel boxes that look pretty but are really pretty flimsy. And they don't use the cheap mica or simple stainless steel mesh, but use our revolutionary high-tech nickel titanium cells that last virtually forever. Our BioBlaster ozone generators are also 100% hand-built here in America. Folks, you can be confident with the premium quality of the materials we use. Why buy something that was made in places like Taiwan or China when all the best products are obviously made locally here in the United States? But don't just take my word for it. Families from all over America are already using our BioBlaster ozone generators to kill all kinds of bacteria, mold, mildew, and viruses, as well as eliminate all kinds of pet, fish, smoke, and other foul odors in their homes. And why stop at homes? You can use the BioBlaster ozone generator to sanitize unoccupied office spaces, restaurants, bars, clubs, motel rooms, cars, basements, boats, crime scenes, and just about any other space you can think of.
Hello, my name is Ian Hoffey. I live in Dewsbury, Alberta, Canada. My livelihood is in the livestock feed industry, and I'm always looking at new and different things, trying ways to improve the industry. Last February, I spent some time doing a building course on building maintenance, building inspection, and they spoke a little bit about ozone, and ozone intrigued me, so I got lucky and got talking to Charles about ozone and his ozone machines. What we were looking for is we were looking at a number of different opportunities, both in residential and in livestock production. In Canada, most of our livestock is raised in confined housing, being broiler chickens, laying hens, and swine. And due to the outside temperature, these animals never see the outside. So one of the difficulties we have between cycles is being able to disinfect and fumigate the rooms. So in speaking with Charles, we talked a little bit about ozone and the effects ozone could have on some of those things. We wanted a way to kill bacteria. We wanted to also include viruses. And through all that, we looked at ozone as being a good option. Charles walked me through which machine would probably work for me, and I settled with the 28,000 unit, the Bio3Blaster. Since that time, we received our first unit in November, and we have fumigated, disinfected, and did mold and VOC treatments. All have been successful. We have done a number of broiler units, and those broiler farms have seen their performance increase after our treatment. We've had instances where over 9% mortality in a flock down to 1.5% mortality. We've been able to be consistent, flock in and flock out, every time we ozone that facility. We've also been able to see the reduction in viruses, in that not only do we get rid of the bacteria, but viruses that are carried from one unit to the next. In fact, we have producers in Western Canada now that we ozone their facilities between every cycle. And in fact, we are so impressed with how things have been going, we just ordered our second unit from Charles. I would recommend working with Charles and Charles's machines to anybody. Thank you.
Just listen to Dan from New York as he shares with you how he used his powerful BioBlaster Home Edition to get rid of smoke damage after he suffered a terrible house fire.
Hey, hello. This is Dan from Huntington, New York. I'm basically videotaping a testimonial here for the BioBlaster here. I had a home fire, and I saw the equipment they use for that, these big Ozone machines. And I became interested in having this capability myself. Particularly the trailer we're living in now has all sorts of odors from it. And so I purchased this thing, set it up in the trailer, and let it run for by the instructions that came with this thing, and the results are great. I just recommend coupling this with a digital timer like you can get from Home Depot, where you can set the start time, the end time, because it's good to be able to know when this thing's going to stop. Because part of the instructions is just following the timing. So I highly recommend this thing. I've had personal experience is pretty good with it. If you look inside, you can see it's kind of very well built, and having some material science background, I can appreciate what needs to be done to protect things from corroding. And for the price that we have here, or even many times more, I think this design is done very well. Well, again, Dan from Huntington, recommend this thing, and have a good day.
The BioBlaster Home Edition. Wow! The part that strikes me in the first testimonial is that in their chicken barns, the usual mortality rate Ian said was 9%. But after Ian used our BioBlaster in the unoccupied chicken barns, the chicken flock's mortality rate plummeted to 1.5%. That's 90% less dead chickens. That's a dramatic change from just killing the germs. Our bioblasters completely eliminate all sorts of odors, from tobacco smoke, waste, fish odor, ammonia, nitrous oxide, and it'll kill all kinds of viruses, bacteria, mold, and mildew. The BioBlaster Home Edition. Folks, you see, families and business owners love the way our BioBlaster ozone generators are changing their lives. They get to save hundreds of dollars in costly cleaning and mold remediation bills. They don't need to buy any more odor removal products. They just use their BioBlaster ozone generator. And most of all, these families are now experiencing a much healthier and safer lifestyle. Is the BioBlaster the right ozone generator for you? Well, you shouldn't buy one of our BioBlasters if you don't give a darn about how much the molded structural foam reinforced plastic can allow the BioBlaster to withstand over 900 pounds. You shouldn't buy the BioBlaster if the simple design and easy usability is too boring for your taste. You shouldn't buy one if you think the sealed ball bearing high output fans or our 1.5 horsepower cannons just overkill for blowing out ozone. Or if you're perfectly comfortable with hiring mold remediation contractors on a regular basis for the rest of your life. Let me take you back to the reason why I got into this business in the first place. I was never comfortable knowing that my home had lots of harmful bacteria everywhere. I didn't want to have my family and loved ones experience what I'd experienced myself when mold started growing inside my lungs. Believe me, that was not a very fun moment in my life. And I was frustrated at the low quality, high-priced machines that were available. Our BioBlaster makes your home, basement, restaurant, cars, sheds, boats, etc. completely safe and healthy for your children, your loved ones, your friends, and other people. You'll never have to worry again about germs or serious odors. How much money do you have to spend? Well, imagine how much you'd have to spend if you found out you had mold-related lung problems like me. To diagnose and check for the lungs, the x-ray alone is $200 to $500. The sputum exam, a couple more lab tests plus the doctor's fee, another $500 to $1,000. The medication for lung problems due to mold is corticosteroids. Each cycle can cost $500 to $2,500 depending on the quality. A rough total is $1,000 to $3,500. Whoa! You don't have to pay that kind of money at all. All you have to do is just click to order or make one quick phone call to me. That's it. If you still have any questions, just call. I'll get you the answers, and you can order your very own BioBlaster ozone generator for as little as $233 for our mini, and as little as $433 for the home 14,000, which is big enough to treat whole houses and get them to shock levels. Start living a better, healthier, longer life. I trust you cared about your loved ones as much as I do mine. I trust you don't want to put them in harm's way. I trust you do everything in your power, be it swim to the edges of the earth, climb the highest mountains, or face whatever obstacle to provide them with the best life they deserve. And with the BioBlaster, it's way easier than that. Just start by giving them the opportunity to live a healthier, safer life. The BioBlaster Mini is our entry-level machine. For only $233, it gives you over 3,500 milligrams of ozone an hour, and it's strong enough to completely sanitize 200 to 350 square feet of unoccupied space in as little as an hour. No more scrubbing, no more washing, no more worrying. But what if you've got bigger plans, bigger rooms, bigger spaces? Then boy, do I have the right solution for you. Our BioBlaster Junior for $333 is an awesome medium space machine. It puts out a whopping 7,000 milligrams an hour. That's actual output. Double the power, double the ozone. This machine can treat up to 700 square feet of unoccupied space in just an hour. You'd think it'd be reasonable to double the price, right? Well, I won't. Now, if that's not powerful enough for you, I saved the very best deal for last. That's right, our best deal, BioBlaster Whole Home 14,000 milligram per hour edition. Normally $433, just $393 if you act now. Our most powerful home use product, the Bio3Blaster Home Edition, produces as much as 14,000 milligrams of ozone an hour. With this much power in your hands, you can clean, sterilize, and improve the conditions of any residential home. This beast of an ozone machine completely eliminates all kinds of bacteria, mold, mildew, and many others in spaces of up to 1,500 to 1,800 square feet, folks. It retails for over $433, but if you act now, you can get it for as little as $393. That's right, you get double the output for a little more than $60. That's what I call more bang for your buck. Just click to order now or call at 1-800-240-8514. You'll get a bonus with the purchase of a new home machine, a free hose for sanitizing ducts and removing odors in cars. And the first 100 respondents will also get an amazing free car ionizer. That's a whopping $40 value. You'll be happy with the BioBlaster ozone machine. I guarantee it. I stand behind everything I say. And I also guarantee you'll be completely 100% fully satisfied with our BioBlaster ozone generators, just like all of our customers. You've seen some of our testimonials. Now you be the judge. Get your own BioBlaster ozone generator. Read the manual, inspect it, use it, and abuse it. After that, here's my deal for you. You must be 100% satisfied with the performance of your BioBlaster ozone generator. You must be totally convinced that your BioBlaster ozone generator can sterilize your home and eliminate all kinds of foul odors. You must be completely amazed at how strong and durable your BioBlaster ozone generator is. If not, folks, you'll get a prompt and courteous full 100% refund of every dollar you spent to purchase our product. Our warranty is unbelievable. It's an unconditional 1-year bumper-to-bumper service warranty to completely repair or replace the machine regardless of abuse from the buyer. No other warranty in the world's like that. There's absolutely no risk in it for you. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. But if you don't get one now, your home will continue to be exposed to possible bacterial growth and mold infestations, not to mention all sorts of foul odors. And most importantly, you'll expose yourself and your family to the diseases, just like happened to me. Don't wait for something like that to happen to you or your loved ones, because the truth is, the threat is real, my friend. Be the man or lady of the house. Sanitize your home, eliminate the bad smells, and make your home safe for your kids and the rest of your loved ones. Well, why don't I just hire a mold remediation company, you might ask yourself? Well, you can actually do that. In fact, it's a totally smart, legitimate decision. And if you do, call me. I built my BioBlaster ozone machines originally so that contractors can use a better, faster, more powerful ozone generator, and with it they can do the job in only an hour or two that used to take days. The BioBlaster has made my contractors' jobs a lot easier. Here are the top concerns of homeowners for hiring contractors. You don't want people inside your home. Paying contractors is just too doggone expensive. It's an invasion of your privacy, or you just don't plain trust them. Well, that's why the BioBlaster Home Edition is absolutely perfect for those of you that want to take control of your own home without having to hire someone else to do it. Need more reasons to buy? Let me give you my amazing bonus deals today. When you buy one BioBlaster Home Edition, we'll throw in a free duct hose. That's a $40 value. When you buy one of our machines, you get a free duct and car sanitizing hose that lets you force the ozone into tiny little spaces. And right now, we have an amazing, incredible offer. We're going to give the first 100 respondents a free automobile ionizer. That's right. Interiors of cars can be full of toxic, nasty chemicals like benzene, and these chemicals will off-gas. This ionizer can stay plugged into your car's cigarette lighter and keep the air in your car fresh while you drive and let you breathe free and easy. It's an amazing $40 value. We also have multiple unit deep discounts for institutions. When you buy a 3-pack of our BioBlaster home ozone generators, we'll also be adding a free Pro Duct Hose attachment, which is a $77 value. We'll give you a free remote control starter, an error-proof timer, another $75 value, and we'll also let you save a whopping 10%. Instead of paying the retail price of $13.31 for the BioBlaster Home Ozone Generator 3-pack, you'll get them for the amazingly low discount price of only $1,062. It's an amazing full 10% discount. And we have even more bonuses or deals. If you buy a 5-pack of our BioBlaster ozone generators, we'll also be adding 5 free Pro Duct Hose attachments, 5 free remote control starters and airproof timers, 1 free automobile ionizer, and a whopping 15% discount over retail costs. Folks, click on the Buy Now tab to order or call me at 1-800-240-8514 with questions. Buy one today and start living a better, healthier, longer life. Warmest regards from me, Uncle Charlie, the inventor. Now, if you need more proof, just listen to this final testimonial from Dan. Dan used our machines to start his amazing business and also get rid of terrible odors, and you can too. Buy one today.
Hi, my name's Dan Nichols. I'm just doing this because I was talking to Charles the other day, and we were just discussing small businesses, and I've been self-employed since I got out of high school in 1985. And I don't know, it was about 6 months ago or so, my wife burnt a dozen eggs at our house. And I started doing some research. I mean, they were hard-boiled eggs, right? Burned them to a crisp charcoal. 3.5 hours later, came back after shopping, and there they were. And I thought to myself, dang, how am I going to get rid of this smell in the house? I mean, burning protein. I always tell people, if you've ever burnt your hair or something, you can smell that burning protein. Imagine that times 50 billion, right? I mean, that's how the house smelled, stinky protein. Here's the deal, though.
being an entrepreneur as long as I have been in multiple businesses, service industries, product sales, internet stuff, all that, I can't ever help but to wonder about opportunity every time things happen. So I did a little research on ozonation and what that meant, and I ran across this guy that reminded me of a mad scientist that built this amazing machine. Turns out it's Charles, right? So I decided, well, you know, I know what type of technology the rental stores locally had, which was the mica plate type ozonators. And I knew what Charles talked about, which was this really kind of high-end, really cool, powerful machine. And I couldn't resist. The entrepreneur in me could not resist. I decided I'm going to buy the business kit. So I spent, you know, between, I don't even really actually remember what it was, but like, you know, over $1,500. But I bought a few machines. So I bought this little business startup kit. And I bought it because I thought to myself, if I'm going to buy this thing, I'll just rent it out to some people on the side once in a while and make a few bucks. Long story short, I throw up a website, and I know a little about that stuff. I throw up a website, and I start getting calls. And that was as hard as I worked right there. Threw up a website, WordPress website. It took me about 5 minutes. Anyway, so getting away from it's hard for me not to talk about the entrepreneur side, but I can't help it. Anyway, here it is. Long story short, I buy these machines. I throw up a website. And now every time I rent them out, I'd go over to people's house, I set them up in their house, and I charge them a few $100, $300. That's what I charge them. Could I get more? Yeah, and I'm trying to work out my pricing right now and everything. But as far as businesses go, and I've been in multiple businesses. I just shared a couple of them: landscaping, entertainment, video production, and sales. You know, all sorts of different things that I've done. Probably, arguably 6 or 7. I'm still self-employed to this day in another industry completely. But this is like this little side business thing that I got. And it works. And I got to tell you, in a way, I almost didn't want to do this testimonial. And I told Charles, I'm like, damn, you know, I mean, it's a cool business. I don't want a whole bunch of people getting into it. And that's the neat thing about Ozone. It's a sciencey, kind of goofy, oddball niche. But that's what makes it so cool. That's what makes it so great. Because there's not a lot of people competing to get in it. But lots of people have stinky houses or mold issues or bad odors in their house. And they need this. So even as a side business or full-time, you could run it either way. It's amazing. It's amazing because you take these boxes, you walk in, you drop them in strategic locations and leave. And that's it. You come back a few hours later, set the timers, and pick them up. In fact, earlier today, I took my dad out on a run. Why? Because he's retired. And I thought, Dad, I'll pay you $50. You sit in the car, go have a coffee for a few hours, go to a local restaurant or whatever, and then go back and pick them up when it's done. That's what's so great about this business. You can say that about very few businesses. Anyway, so that's just kind of a thing I wanted to share with you. Charles has, I mean, it's a really awesome product, great product, sturdy, durable, kick out the ozone. They always impress the guys. I pop them open and show them the internal parts of it. Anyway, as a business goes, I think the ozone thing is a really cool thing. And I barely scratch the surface, and I don't do anything. And I can have the thing make me $300 every week, no problem, with barely even pushing it. I make it super simple for myself. It's too far away, I don't bother driving. So, or even having somebody else drive. That's what I'm doing now. I'm working into that phase of it where I'm going to set up a retiree and just have the retiree go drop the machines, and then I'll pay them $50 and I'll keep $250 to $300 for myself. Pure profit. So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope it helps out. Maybe encourages you. Maybe it'll help out Charles' business. Thank you and enjoy the ozonators.